All right. Well, good morning. It's a busy week last week, and now we're back into the swing of things a little bit. Couple opening statements, and then I'll go right to you guys for questions. Number one, just how appreciative myself and our program is for the way that everybody turned out Friday night at home versus Liberty North or versus Liberty. It was an incredible atmosphere. There were so many people that have been there. Everywhere I looked, there were people beside me, in front of me, behind me, and they were all genuinely excited about the game. The other thing is the way that we raise money for Coaches versus Cancer. I thought was really neat. I thought that it was nice and subtle. I thought that the crowd was engaged and honored some folks, and we're able to raise over $2,000, which is outstanding. So my appreciation, certainly, I wanted to share with you all because it was a really neat night to be involved in high school basketball on Friday. And then also I just wanted to welcome and congratulate Coach Jones, our new football coach. I know our basketball program is really excited to be able to work together with him. He has quite a proven track record. The people who I know, who know of Coach and who work with him, speak very highly of him. So we've added a terrific coach to our school, and by all accounts a terrific person too. And I'm looking forward to getting to know him. But I'm certainly excited about that. So. Those two, turn it over to you guys for any questions.
You are coming off that tough loss to Liberty last week. You have a losing record now going into Truman. Do you feel any extra added pressure to win?
So Jordan, you ask an interesting question. The question is almost three parts. Coming off a loss, yeah. Losing record. 2, and then 3, do you feel pressure to win? So let me answer them in the opposite order. I feel pressure to win if we were 17-0. I'd feel pressure to win if we were 0-17. When you come off a loss, your first point, I think maybe your team's a little bit more focused or a little bit more engaged because you've got their attention because they don't like to lose. They want to be better. So I have their attention in that regard. The losing record, here's the deal. We probably deserve to be 8-9. We haven't executed and been as fundamental as we needed to. So that's more of a microcosm of our whole season. Now also, and this is by no means an excuse, we're 8-9, we deserve to be 8-9. But if you look at the opponents' records who've beaten us, they're at about a 76% winning percentage. So we aren't just going out and laying eggs against people. We're getting beat, and teams, beat us. But the teams that beat us are quality teams. So we're going to be better for it as long as our guys have a discipline and tenacity about them to just grind through it, because it's really hard right now. Guys are frustrated. I'm frustrated. But I feel pressure every single minute that I run this program to make sure that we're getting better every day.
Going along with that, what was the initial reaction to the boys with the Liberty loss?
They were really down. They were really down. So I told them all week, or not all week, but Wednesday after we played, I said, hey, it's another game. It's a big game. I understand, that you're going to feel emotions, but I could just tell it was different. So afterwards, you could tell that they were really frustrated because, quite simply, we just didn't play well. Part of the reason we didn't play well is because of Liberty. Liberty was terrific. They were tough. They were physical. They were disciplined. They executed better than we did. They hit more shots, and not a ton more because there weren't a ton of buckets in the game. But they were down. They were frustrated. And so hopefully, if we make a little adjustments here or there, guys get a little bit more focused, then yeah, we can make a little push here. But they were certainly frustrated with the loss.
Okay, so again, coming off the loss to Liberty, how important is the student section to the players?
Oh, it can't be undersold. I mean, I don't know if there's a good way to answer that question, because I can't, any way that I would try to describe how important they are, they'd probably feel slighted because they are so vital to our success. I talked to an official after the game who said that was the best environment he's ever been in. I had multiple parents saying, I don't know if you all saw a good friend of ours at the game. Demetrius Harris, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, was there, good friend of ours, and he's coming up to me after the game and he's like, "Coach, that was incredible. Like, there were so many people, the crowd was so loud." That's coming from a guy who was just in the AFC divisional playoffs. So the importance of our crowd can't be undersold. Our student section is such a vital part. It's the way that the guys play during games. Of course, they're motivated internally. They want to perform well, but they get such an added boost when our crowd's there and engaged in it. I thought we had a great crowd in numbers, and I know we've got some more Friday nights left, so we're excited to see more people out.
How was it for your team playing against kids that they grew up with?
Yeah, good question, Julia. I don't know. The interactions are always a little different when they're with people that they knew. More so last year though, Julia, because they knew those guys just a little bit better. This group isn't as connected because of the way that the school split when they split and everything. So it's always interesting to see the dynamic. But obviously, they grow up miles apart from each other. Sometimes in walking distance of each other's homes. So it is different. But I know that they've got a lot of respect for those guys over there.
Before, during, and after the game, was there any differences that you might have changed or something that you didn't quite think went right when guarding Jalen Lewis?
Good question, Miss Eklund. I thought we guarded him really, really well. And I said this last week during my press conference, but he's as good a high school player as there is in Kansas City. To hold him to 11 points, we're even more disappointed we lost, because we thought if we would be able to hold him under his average that we'd have a chance. Then to hold him, 6-7 points, which is 3 buckets is the way we look at it. Yeah, we really got a chance, and then not to be able to capitalize on it. So before we had a good plan. During the game, we really liked our plan. Afterwards, we were confident in it. Now we know it's not going to work every time because he certainly missed a couple open shots. But Robbie deserves an incredible amount of credit. As far as talented players go, he's as good a one as we got. And he showed it against one of the better guys in the city. But I know that Jalen will be really hungry come February 10th.
Do you prepare the guys any differently when you're going against a good team like Liberty or any other really successful team?
So the answer is no, but what I would tell you is I know how much pressure that they put on themselves. So in the games that are maybe higher intensity, higher quality of opponent per your question, if anything, I'm probably on them a little less because I know intrinsically they're putting a ton of pressure on themselves. I don't need to give any rah-rah speeches or pump them up before a game like that. I just need to make sure that we execute in a game like that. And so tonight against Truman, I'll make sure our guys are ready to play, because I'm worried that coming off that emotional of a game with that kind of a crowd that we might have a little letdown, and I worry about that a little bit. So with that, I'll wrap it up. Appreciate everybody attending again. Like I said, I'm so appreciative of our school community and the effort and everything that went in last week to make Friday night so special. The result, eats at us, and we wish it was different. But there's a lot of season left with a lot still to accomplish. So we're focused on that, and we're excited about it. But thank you all for your support and coverage of the program, and we'll see you next week.